Very good morning, dear students. Today we will start chapter 3 from the book Vistas. The title is Journey to the End of the Earth. As already we have discussed the outline of this chapter, like this is introduction of the chapter, and apart from this introduction, we will read three parts of the chapter, like first part of history, okay, and second one is human impact, second part of the chapter, and third part of the chapter is work on the ocean. So these are the three different parts of the chapter that we will study in this chapter. Okay, so before you read, let's have something. If you want to know more about planets parts, which planet Earth, past, present, and future, the Antarctica is the place to go. Born voyage. So Antarctica is the right place to know what had happened in the past, what is happening in present, and what will happen in future with us. So simply you can say Antarctica is a place that can tell us all the things whatever we want to learn, study, or know. Fine. So early this year, I found myself aboard a Russian research vessel. Got it? So we already had discussed this academic Sokolskaya was a Russian research vessel. Okay, heading towards the coldest, driest, windiest continent in the world. And can you tell me which continent is the coldest, driest, and windiest? That is Antarctica. Antarctica. Fine. My journey began 13.09 degrees north of the equator. So this Russian vessel started its journey with all the members from 13.09 degree geographically. This is the you can say location on globe of the equator in Madras, and involved crossing 9 time zones, 6 checkpoints, 3 bodies of water, and at least as many ecospheres. Dear children, just see, to reach at the Antarctica, it uh, consists of 9 time zones. Means the team, especially the writer Ishani Doshi, crossed 9 time zones, 6 checkpoints, 3 bodies of water. Okay, and at least as many ecospheres. By the time I actually set foot on the Antarctica continent, when uh, Ishani Doshi reached at the Antarctica continent, I had been traveling over 600 hours in combination of a car, an aeroplane, and a ship. So from Madras to Antarctica, it took 100 hours to reach at Antarctica. Okay, and this journey was a comprises of a combination of car. Initially, she took service of a car, and an aeroplane, and lastly a ship. So three different means of transport she took. So my first emotion on facing Antarctica's expensive white landscape. It is covered with snow, so its surface is like white. Landscape is white. An uninterrupted blue horizon was a relief. Blue horizon means the sky. Means it is a combination of white and blue. So it was so peaceful to the mind and the heart. The scene itself of the Antarctica surface, followed up with an with an immediate and profound wonder, means she got surprised as well as happy. Wonder at its immensity, its isolation, and mainly at how there could ever have been a time when India and Antarctica were part of the same landmass. So, by standing on the white landscape, Ishani Doshi thinks. What she thinks? She thinks there had been a time, simply you can say, when Antarctica and India, okay, both of them, they were part of the same landmass. They were the part of same land piece, you can say. So, this is one introduction that we read just now. Now I come to part first, part of history. As we come to know, 650 million years ago. See, we are going to study history over there. So 650 years ago, a giant amalgamated means together, mixed up. Southern supercontinent, and name of that part was Gondwana. 650 years ago, there was a part of land which was giant southern supercontinent, Gondwana, did indeed exist, centered roughly around the present day Antarctica. So it was located at the present day Antarctica. Things were quite different then. At that time, things were different from each other. Like in today's scenario, whatever we see, they were quite different. Humans hadn't arrived on the globe scene at that time, and the climate was much warmer. Nowadays, the climate of Antarctica is cold, it's cool, you can say. But at that time, 650 years ago, it was a warm place, hosting a huge variety of flora and fauna. There was a complete huge variety of vegetation and animals. For 500 million years, Gondwana thrived. Okay, 500 million years, the disturbance faced by Gondwana. But around the time when the dinosaurs were wiped out, when dinosaurs wiped out from the planet, and the age of the mammals got under. Okay, after the extinction of dinosaurs, some mammals they came on the earth, on the ground. The landmass was forced to separate into countries. That Gondwana land or Gondwana mass got disturbed, and that particular mass forced to separate into countries, shaping the globe much as we know it today. And after some time, the complete landmass got separated into today's scenario, today's scene, like different countries from the same landmass, like this landmass had been a part of India and Antarctica both. Okay, now to visit Antarctica now is to be a part of that history. So, to visit Antarctica was part of that history, to get a grasp of where we have come from, means our past, where we have come from, and where we could possibly be heading, and where we could, means future. It is to understand the significance of Cordilleran faults and Precambrian granite seals. Dear children, these are the folds of tectonic plates. As we have discussed in previous video, that this disturbance occurred due to plate tectonics, and these were the two plates, like Corallian fold, and Precambrian graphite shield. Ozone and carbon evaluation and extinction. Means to understand what disturbance in plates, ozone and carbon evaluation extinction. When you think about all that, when you think about ozone and carbon evaluation and extinction, when we think all about that, can happen in a million years. Means it took million years to take place. It can get pretty mind boggling. Imagine, it's just a mind boggling idea that it happened in a million years. Imagine India pushing northward. Why India was pushing northward? Because there was disturbance in plate tectonics in Indian plate. Indian plate was shifting towards north. Okay, jamming against Asia to buckle its crust, and then got jammed near to Asia to stop its crust. Crust means the outer part, and formed the Himalayas. As I told you in previous video, that when Indian plate got shifted to north, the sea Tethys, okay, was compressed, and due to this plate tectonic disturbance with some geographical aspects, the Himalayas got formed. South America drifting off to join North America. Not only the Himalaya got formed, but apart from this disturbance, South America was shifted to very down to North America, opening up to the Drake Passage to create a cold circumpolar, okay, current. So both the parts of America, they got connected to each other, keeping Antarctica freezed, means hard, like today's, desolate, alone, and at the bottom of the world. And Antarctica stayed at the bottom of the world, as there were two results of this disturbance. One, the Himalayas got formed. Second, South America got connected downwards to North America. Okay, so this is the what? This is the thing that we need to get from history. And in this one, we got to see that how Himalayas got formed and what other results of the disturbance in Indian plate, or especially Cordilleran and Precambrian graphite shields. Next, for a sun worshipping South Indian like myself, like Ishani Doshi belong to South India. So she says, for a sun worshipping South Indian like myself, 2 weeks in a place, means 15 days in a place where 90% of the earth's total ice volumes are stored in a chilling prospect, means on this Antarctica 90% of the total earth ice is stored, okay, just for circulatory and metabolic functions, for this circulatory and metabolic functions, but also for the imagination. Means this is not for a simple reason like scientific reason like metabolic functions and circulatory, but apart from that there are many things that can take place imaginatively. So it is being told here, it's like walking into a giant ping pong ball. Like when Ishani Doshi put her feet on the Antarctica surface, so she felt like walking into a giant ping pong. Ping pong ball means like tennis ball. Okay, it comes out and in, out and in. So likewise, it was soft somewhere, the ice itself, and somewhere it was also hard. So walking on the Antarctica was swimming like ping pong ball. Then devoid of any human marker means this particular continent there you cannot find any symbol of humanity. Devoid, without people, simply I should say, without mankind, without humanity. You cannot see a person till far distance on Antarctica surface. No trees, obviously no vegetation. Billboards means animals. Buildings and no buildings. You lose all earthly sense of perspective and time here. When you visit to Antarctica, definitely you lose all earthly sense of perspective. Means whatever we see on Earth, like in our society or in our cities, we cannot find such thing on Antarctica, like men, vegetation, animals, and buildings. The visual scale ranges from the microscopic to the mighty. Midges and mites to blue hills and icebergs as big as countries. So the practical scale ranges of the microscopic are so strong. Midges and mites of blue whales. Okay, so these are the fishes you can see, and icebergs are as big as countries. Like we see in the map of countries on the world map, likewise such uh, big icebergs can be seen on Antarctica surface. The largest recorded was the size of Belgium. Like Belgium is a country, so whatever the size the Belgium has, the same size of iceberg can be found on Antarctica. Fine. Days go on and on and on in a shuttle 24 hours austral summer light. Means days got past, and it was a wonderful 24 hours. Southern means wonderful 24 hours. Austral means southern summer light. And ubiquitous. Ubiquitous means forever. Silence. Complete silence was found. Because there was no vegetation, no animals, okay, no humans, no disturbance at all. So this is a complete silent place of the world, of the earth, where you could find everything peaceful, even ice, no animal, no trees, no disturbance, and nothing else. So, and a ubiquitous silence interrupted only by the occasional avalanche or coloring ice sheets consecrates the place. So, what kind of disturbance can be heard over there? When any piece of iceberg falls down due to certain reason like uh, pollution, deforestation, or simply I should say increasing in temperature. So that disturbance you can find. So avulching or calling means to get departed. So a small piece of iceberg get departed from the big piece, that is called avenging or calving. Okay, conjunctive means create disturbance. The place. What create disturbance? The falling down of the piece of ice from the big to smaller one. It create disturbance on the silence of Antarctica. It is an immersion that will force you to place yourself in the context of the Earth's geological history. This is the readiness that makes you ready to believe that you are on the Earth's geological history, and for humans, the uh, prognosis isn't good. Means the falling down of the iceberg on the ground of this Antarctica is not a good symbol for humanity, because ice starts melting because of certain region in which pollution is the main one. So it is not a good symbol for the humanity. So dear children, today we have completed part first. Okay, and in this part we came to know about part of history 650 years ago what happens. Okay, and then 500 million years ago what happens, and thereafter uh, formation of Himalayas. Okay, and then here the writer Isani Doshi talks about certain thing of the journey to us and how does it look like, especially the Antarctica. So that's all for today. The remaining second and third part we will read in next video. Till then, take care. Thank you.